Representatives of Laos Unexploded Ordnance UXO sectors, development partners, and members of the international organizations met here this week to discuss mine risk education, surveys, clearance, and assistance for victims of UXO-related accidents in Salavan province.
The progress of work undertaken in these areas was discussed during a field visit to Salavan province with participants including Deputy Minister of Labor and Social Welfare, Mr. Pudumpon Sontani, Deputy Resident Representative of UNDP in Laos, Ms. Catherine Phuong, Deputy Governor of Salavan Province, Mr. Somchai Unchit, and Director General of the National Regulatory Authority Office for UXO Mine Action in Laos, Mr. Chumyang Pang Thong Sawat. The visit enabled participants to observe the implementation of mine risk education, surveys, and recovery and victim assistance, Mr. Pudumpon said, noting that Salavan is the third most heavily UXO contaminated province in Laos, with at least 19,500,000 unexploded devices thought to be buried in the ground. According to Mr. Pudumpon, as you are well aware, Laos is one of the countries that have been the most affected by the remnants of war, especially the cluster bombs that were dropped on every province during the Indochina War from 1964 to 1973, he said. Despite UXO clearance being a government priority, Mr. Pudumpon said this work has not progressed as desired and remained a huge obstacle to economic and social development and affected the lives of all ethnic groups. The government has incorporated UXO clearance in the 9th National Socio-Economic Development Plan for 2021 to 2025 and the Sustainable Development Goals for 2030, especially the 18th goal on living safe from UXO. In addition, the UXO Safe Path Forward 3 plan for 2021 to 2030 have been officially approved and is being rolled out in order to achieve the target set by the National Assembly. Support is being given to provinces in formulating more effective plans for UXO survey and clearance in response to the goals of a Memorandum of Understanding agreed to with the operational organizations. In order to strengthen existing operations and make UXO clearance sustainable in the long term, there is a plan to strengthen the Army's humanitarian unit for the purposes of UXO clearance. There are currently 10 provinces with ongoing explosive clearance operations, but some provinces have temporarily stopped operations due to funding issues. Salavan province has placed a focus on UXO clearance, especially in relations to conducting surveys and identifying areas that are heavily contaminated with unexploded munitions. Efforts have been made to improve the lives of UXO-related accident survivors and their families by providing them with jobs and livestock. The field visit by representatives of development partners and international organizations aimed to provide a deeper insight into UXO awareness campaigns, surveys, clearance, and assistance being provided to victims in Salavan, and also to encourage the provision of more funding for UXO clearance in the years ahead. Laos officials and members of international aid organizations meet in Salavan province this week to discuss UXO clearance activities.